Hello, everyone. Welcome back. This is Shay. Today, we're going to talk about the prophetic words of Jesus in Matthew, the 24th chapter, verses 1 through 8. Now, in these verses, Jesus reveals the signs that will precede the end of times, offering us valuable insights into understanding the world's current events. Matthew, the 24th chapter, verse 1 reads as following. Jesus left the temple and was walking away when his disciples came up to him to call his attention to its buildings. Do you see all these things? This is Jesus talking. He asked, Truly I tell you, not one stone here will be left on another. Everyone will be thrown down. Now, before I get into the specifics of this text, I'm just going to discuss what's going on here. In these verses, Jesus and his disciples are leaving the temple in Jerusalem. And the disciples were admiring the grandeur of the buildings. However, Jesus shocks them by foretelling the destruction of the temple, which actually occurred in 70 AD. This conversation prompts the disciples to ask Jesus about the signs of his coming, as well as the end of the age. So in verse 3, as Jesus was sitting on the Mount of Olives, the disciples came to him privately. Tell us, they said, when will this happen? And what will be the sign of your coming and of the end of the age? And Jesus answered in verse 4, Watch out that no one deceives you. For many will come in my name, claiming, I am the Messiah, and will deceive many. Verse 6 and 7, you will hear of wars and rumors of wars, but see to it that you are not alarmed. Such things must happen, but the end is still to come. Nation will rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. There will be famines and earthquakes in various places. Verse 8, all these are the beginning of birth pains. And you may be wondering, what does these signs mean for us today? How can we relate to these scriptures? Wars, rumor of wars, deception, and conflicts, which all have been part of our lives for centuries. However, Jesus uses the analogy that these are the beginning of birth pains. Now, we got to remember, like contractions that signal the impending birth of a child, these signs are indicators that the end of time is drawing near. It's not saying, like some people are saying, that this is the end of the world. No, it's just the beginning. This is a sign that Jesus' coming is drawing closer each and every day. This is the beginning. And you may be wondering, now that we have this information, we see all the signs all around us with the things that's going on all across our nation. There are wars. Russia and Ukraine is fighting. Israel, there's a war. We've seen many stories of earthquakes, and there's also been talks about a possible food shortage. So the signs are definitely current today. But what does that mean for us today? How can we apply this to our lives? What can we do with this information that Jesus foretold many years ago to prepare us for the things that's going on in our world today? The first thing we must do is be aware. We have to have awareness. Stay aware of the world events, the trends, the topics. Recognize that they may be part of the signs of the end of time. And I know many people say, I don't like to watch the news because the news is always bad. It's always something negative going on. But we have to be informed because information is usually given for a purpose. And with the information that you have been given, it can help you do what my next point is. Be prepared. We have to have faith and preparedness. We have to maintain faith in God, build strong relationship with Him, and be spiritually prepared for the future, trusting in God and His Word and His promises, because we know God's promises are yea and amen. And not to mention, the Word already tells us that we are more than a conqueror. And it always gives us hope when we know the Word and we stand strong on our faith. We have to be prepared. But if you don't have faith, and if you don't know the promises of God, you already lacking the preparation that is necessary for when Christ returns. And my last and final point is share the gospel. Use these things that we're going through in the world, the challenges, the signs, as opportunity to share the message of salvation through Jesus Christ with others. Let other people know the message of the cross, the message of Christ, and how He took the sins of the world upon Himself, so that we can be restored back to God, so that we can go with Him when He comes back. And I would just like to conclude with this. When we read this chapter, it's just a glimpse of the signs that precede the end of time. And we have to remember, we cannot predict the exact time that's Christ's return, because no man knows the day or the hour. But we can remain vigilant and be steadfast in our faith and focus on sharing the message of hope to those that need it in this world. Thank you for joining me today. I pray that you found this message informative. Please don't forget to hit that like button, share, and comment below. And if you have not subscribed, subscribe to my channel so that you will not miss the future messages. Thank you, and see you soon. Bye.